So let's talk about this. Okay, so when I say that your husband comes first, I am not talking about, number one, at the expense of your kids. Number two, I am not talking about if your husband was drowning and your child was drowning, you would pick your husband. That's not what I'm talking about, because a husband is going to want his child picked first, a good husband. Okay, I'm not talking about if there was one plate of food, the husband would be the only one to eat. No, because a good husband, is going to want his child to eat. So that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is two major things. Your husband comes first in leadership. Your husband comes first in partnership. You cannot partner with your children. You cannot allow your children to lead your home. That's what we're talking about here. But unfortunately, there is a huge problem in our community with order. And many of us are out of order in the way that our homes are run because we allow our children to do anything they want to do up and through there. We allow our children to say whatever they want to say up and through there. And I don't know a man, a good man, or a good husband that is going to sit there and allow himself to feel like a peasant in the midst of the castle that's supposed to be his. This is what I'm talking about. So when I say that your husband comes first, I'm talking about in leadership and partnership. And many of us, we won't admit it, but many of us are not partnering with our children because ain't no man there. Many of us are partnering with our children because any real man is not going to come into a whole bunch of chaos and confusion. Children have rules that they have to follow until such time that they grow up and move out on their own. So therefore, you and your mate partner together and lead the children in a way that they will not need their whole adulthood to get over their childhood. That's the point. They deserve to see a healthy relationship. And many of us haven't seen one, so we have to wing it. And that's why I'm here, is to help us understand what that looks like. To choose a man that you trust to run your home. That's part of the reason why we don't do it, because we don't trust them and we haven't seen good examples. So we can't imagine somebody who was over us being over our children. We can't imagine who our mothers may have chosen being over us. But if it's not for you, that's okay. This is for the women that are saying, I want a husband and I don't understand why I can't get a good man or keep a good man, because this is one of the problems. A man is not going to come into his home and feel like a peasant. If he does not feel like a king, he's going to go to where he will feel like a king in his castle. And in return, while you're putting your mate first, he's putting you first, and in turn, putting the family as a major priority in his life. That's the trade-off. I'm not asking you to go follow any old body. I'm not asking you to put any old person over your home. It's all about order.